Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and our tech partner Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is from courtroom to contracts and IP. We have with us Aditya Talwar, media and entertainment lawyer at Sagar Chandra and Associates. He has diverse experience spans high stakes litigation, international arbitration, IP advisory within the buzzing sectors of media, entertainment, and tech, with a resume that includes stints at law firms like Sai Krishna. Now at Sagar Chandra, Aditya represents the sharp, forward thinking legal mind of the digital era. From decoding disputes to drafting deals, Aditya has walked the tightrope of legal complexity with curiosity and grit. But beyond the courtroom, what fuels the journey? Let's discover. So, welcome, Aditya, today's coffee conversation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you to the whole team for making this possible.
Yeah. So, let me explain you. There will be three rounds: professional, personal, and a surprise rapid fire where you will be in the hot seat and use
Sure.
inspiration, Legal AI 101.
Okay.
Sure. Let's begin. Friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal startup SMEs with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solution. So, Aditya, my first question: how has your journey shaped up, and what were the key defining moments you had?
Mr. Amir, my journey has I've been very grateful for the journey, for the experiences that I've had. Also, very grateful for the seniors that I've had who've provided me with the opportunity to learn and the patience they've had with me in the past 2 to 3 years that I've been working with them. I think my journey has been shaped by my seniors and the way they think, their legal thinking, their legal minds. I believe for me it's a opportunity that not everybody gets, and I got that opportunity. I was working with it. I'm still working in it, and the key defining moments, I think, I've worked on a lot of matters and mandates regarding media and entertainment law, but the key defining moments would be, I would say, the discussions with my seniors, the insights that they gave me, and
Hmm.
the mistakes that I made. I really want to tell you about the mistakes that I made as an associate, which gave me an opportunity to learn from them and then move forward. So I think I've been very lucky.
That's beautiful. Okay, so let's dive deep into conversation. How different is handling legal matters in the media and entertainment space compared to conventional litigation?
So compared to conventional litigation, if you ask me, sir, I would say that the dynamic nature of media and entertainment um, is a prime factor in differentiating with conventional litigation, as there are only handful of matters which have settled the law in the media entertainment sector, and there is much more to think out of the box beyond that. So in conventional litigation, where for example, a person would have to research on judicial pronouncements, he could rely on previous case laws. In media and entertainment sector, there are cases in which there are no precedents. So thinking out of the box, researching on websites, and probably, for example, in an OTT dispute, what we used to do was, since there were not a lot of precedents, we used to research on the trailers of a particular film or release, content analyzing. So that was a very interesting and enjoyable experience. I think that differentiates conventional litigation with the media and entertainment law and how the digital era is.
Wow. Okay, so let's continue the conversation related to media and entertainment. What are
Okay.
some emerging trends you are observing in technology, law, and IP, especially with the rise of AI generated content?
The AI generated content. What I've been noticing, and I think a lot of people have been noticing, is that it's an ever evolving concept, AI, and all eyes are on what are the legal developments or what's happening in the country, probably even abroad. And the main trend that I think is ongoing and the conflicting debate is basically the authorship or the ownership, who has the authorship and who has the ownership of copyright in a in particular legal sense. Because traditionally copyright law protects original works made by humans. Now an AI model having the capacity to replicate from original works, music, images, and texts. The question becomes who owns it? And does the developer own it? Does the user own it? Or who owns it? So I think that's one trend that has been going on. Even recently, the Studio Ghibli dispute that had been going on in the US. I think a lot of law students, young law students have written papers on it. And I was excited when I read it. And it gave me a different perspective. The second trend I think would be with respect to AI is as a developer, the data sets that you feed to the machine, that is machine learning, that is derived from the internet, and the internet has copyrighted material too. So looking at disputes where there are allegations of copyright infringement, I think these are basically the two trends that are going on with respect to IP and AI. So let's see what goes on, what happens.
Yeah, beautiful. So, o- media and entertainment, especially now the OTT medium, is what do you say, very exciting, evolving. So, is there a challenging case matter which which had made you go through a difficult time, and how did you navigate it?
Yes, there are quite some matters that have been having an impact on me, and I would say, in some sense, would be difficult. But one of them was a long-standing dispute between copyright societies and broadcasters for the utilization of copyrighted works of the members of the copyright societies that are probably lyricists and composers, the literary works. The question before the courts have always been that, pursuant to that lyric or composition being inculcated in a sound recording or a cinematographic film, are those copyright societies canvassing the rights of their members, are they entitled to royalty pursuant to that? So I have to be very honest, worked on both the sides of the dispute, on the side of the copyright society and the broadcaster. This dispute has been going on since long and is also pending before plenty of courts and jurisdictions. So, having worked in Bombay and Madras and Delhi, I can say that this was a dispute that was constant in all my years, as there was a lot of discussions and a lot of briefings with senior counsels, and it gave me a lot to learn. And even though it's still pending, but I think that was the main impactful case that I had worked on and still I'm working on. So yeah.
Wow. So, Aditya, you have worked across some of the most intense domains: IP litigation, commercial litigation, defamation law, tech disputes, now this media entertainment. How do you prepare yourself for such intense domains?
For litigation and disputes per se regarding these domains, I would say I prepare myself initially with the procedure. I think as an associate, no matter in which domain you are, if you are if you are well versed with the procedure, 60% of your job is done. The 40% that is pending is basically your research, your basic knowledge in law school that you've learned, and reading up latest developments and research papers. And also one really good habit of preparation that I made in these particular sectors was making my own notes. So to brief a senior counsel for a matter, I need to be well versed with such concepts. So I made my own notes, I prepared, and that's how I think one should go about it.
Wow. So, Aditya had experience with both courtroom battles and contract drafting. How do you balance the strategic and creative demands of both?
So, Mr. Amir, courtroom battles, I think, come after the portion of contract drafting, because when you're drafting a contract, it is a possibility that it might lead to a dispute and then it might lead to litigation. So I think at the point of contract drafting, one should obviously be drafting a contract in favor of its client's terms, but also have the foresight so that a dispute in future does not arise. Avoidance of disputes, that is litigation. So at the time of contract drafting, foresight is important. At the time of litigation, when the dispute has arisen, there is you have to backtrack the thought process of the contract drafter as to how and what was the purpose of using a particular language and a clause. So I think it's two ways. In terms of litigation, you have to look back. In terms of contract drafting, you have to look forward.
Wow, beautiful. So, how was your time at Sai Krishna Associates influenced your legal thinking, and what changed that mindset shift come when you went to a Sagar law firm?
Okay, so with respect to Sai Krishna and Associates, I think I would thank my seniors, the time that I've spent at Sai Krishna and the quality of legal thought that I got from them and learned from them is one thing that had made me very confident in the sector of media and entertainment and my research. The discussions that we had prior to matters, prior to briefings, even articulation of arguments before courts has taught me so much that I think the core of my knowledge, I would give it to Sai Krishna and Associates for learning that. Secondly, working in Bombay, because I was in the Sai Krishna Bombay office, the difference in practice made me understand how to strategize before a particular court cross country, not specifically to Delhi. So I think I've learned that from Sai Krishna and Associates. And then in transitioning to Sagar Chandra, that is in Delhi, on a similar media and entertainment role, was also a beautiful experience because some of the seniors over there have also really much helped me into defining myself as a media and entertainment lawyer and even explaining the concepts to me.
Wow. So, what's your perspective on the evolving role of young lawyers in India's digital and media regulation landscape?
I think we're very lucky as young lawyers to be born in this digital age and to be well versed with the technological advancements that have been going on. Of I think as young lawyers, we have the ability and the opportunity to think out of the box, and that is what gives us an edge over conventional litigation professionals. Is that, for example, um, a stint in Sai Krishna and Associates, where there was a IT guidelines in 2021, which basically sought to regulate online gaming. Now, as an as a young lawyer and associate, I gave some inputs regarding gaming and how to regulate it. That was very helpful to my seniors and also helpful to the client. So I think as young lawyers, if we have the benefit of technology, we also have the benefit of giving inputs and probably shaping the regulations in the near future.
Wow. Okay. So, what key elements should a content creator should focus on while they are going for different types of content creation, like for OTT, like for films, or for the gaming? Uh, so, from your perspective, what are the protection or preparation he should go for कि भाई he doesn't face ये कि भाई अपना struggle later?
uh, l- Struggle as in legal sense, you're asking, right?
Yes, struggling legal because there will be like copyright issues, apna, so many other issues will be there. He's not given rights for, what do you say, royalty, all those things.
Okay, so I'll share a personal experience with respect to that. As a content creator, I have always had a passion for music, and I create music on a
Mm.
very mid scale, but yeah, I'm create my own music. So as
Wow.
a content creator, what we have to see is basically the ingredients that we are using. For example, in my music, I'm using a beat that has already been published on, let's say, YouTube or some other platform, there are AI apps to check if that has been used by some other entity or not. And I do that, and I've also faced a situation where I did publish a song, and Instagram, as a online platform, rejected that, saying that the same similar music has been used by another entity. So I think doing your own preparation as to what ingredients that you're using as an influencer, if I use a background music, right?
Mhm.
So I should basically know, and also I should always consult a lawyer once I get a notice or something like that.
Mhm.
So I think these are the things that you have to look into before content creation.
Wow, beautiful. So what about अपना ये uh, gaming developers? Like they work on the idea and then when they uh, go for the launch and then they face the repercussions. So when they should start going to a law firm for okay, they are better prepared for their publishing the game.
I think at the time of contracts, at the time of making your contracts in IP, specifically with respect to gaming, law firms should be involved from beginning. Advice is required basically at the beginning of your game. So I think before you launch that game and the plan is made, the you should approach a law firm or a particular lawyer initially when you have an idea as to how I should protect it in the near future. And I think that's it.
Beautiful. So let's go to the next round and understand Aditya as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
So I'm from a family of civil servants and doctors, and don't have a never had a lawyer in the family. And I'm somewhat a accidental lawyer, that I would say. But formative years have been with respect to having the thought that I'll also be a civil servant or probably a doctor in the near future. But I did apply for a law firm, for a law school pursuant to my studies, and the backup plan was, if this doesn't work out, probably I'll go for civil services. But I think I got an admission, and because of my application and the exam that I gave, I got straight A numbers. I thought that this is something that I could pursue, and telling my parents that I want to do a career in law was a difficult task. But looking at my grades and my performance throughout school, they gave me a chance, an opportunity to pursue this career. And since then, I think they're proud, pretty much.
Wow. So let's go to your college, Amity Law School, Noida. What are your memories, experiences, and how did it help in shaping your career?
With respect to my law school, I think that the societies that I was in, study was constant, study was interesting and constant. There were a lot of laws that we learned, but societies made it a very beautiful experience, such as the music society I was introduced to. I was also introduced to the dramatic society, which also gave the artist within me scope of
Mm.
continuing in media law at a point of time. So I think in law school, that was a great experience, being part of societies and competing with other colleges, even in moot courts. So it was a good learning experience.
Wow. So what's your favorite way to unwind?
My favorite way to unwind after a long day, probably at office or from a court room, is to spend time with my family and friends. I think that's what releases the exhaustion in the head, and probably some humor, discussions, and all that. But I think, yeah, spending time with your people, I think that's more important.
Wow. So as you said, like, music, creating music is your hobby. Are there
Yes.
any other hobbies or interest which your colleagues or friends would be surprised to know about?
Apart from music,
Yes.
I don't think so. I think music is one thing that is sustained my people's curiosity about me. Is I think that would be story writing. In
Wow.
the Yeah, because as a lyricist and a composer, I
Hmm.
write my music in a story form, and
Mhm.
that connects with a lot of people because try to make it relatable to people because that is what
Wow.
one person is feeling, and then the music comes through.
So, what is the current lyrics or music you're working on?
So I've recently released a song that I was working on since a long time. It's called Bol Kama. It's a
Mhm.
Punjabi Hindi track, but
Mhm.
I've gotten a great response on Spotify, and we'll
Wow.
share it with you guys soon. But I
Very
think,
good.
yeah,
Wow.
that's what I've been working on.
Wow. So, if your friends had to describe you in three words, what would it be?
In three words, I would say funny, funny, curious, because I'm a very curious person. And the third word would be not the word a sentence, trying to be intelligent. I think uh, reading up a lot, geeking out on laws. So not a lot of my friends are lawyers. So for me, talking about law to them all the time is they feel that it's
Oh.
a geeky thing, but that's my curiosity.
So, Apna, is there a book or movie which has left a lasting impact on you?
I think it's a movie. It's a
Mhm.
movie called Rockstar. That's a classic, and that
Mhm.
had made a very lasting impact on me. As a lawyer, well, I was not sure that I want to continue music as my passion
Mhm.
simultaneously. I think after that, I clearly felt that okay, I can do it simultaneously as I'm also protecting the rights of artists as a media lawyer and also interested in music per se. So yeah,
Wow. That's very beautiful, Kibai. You yourself an artist and you can relate to the artists who come to you for their consultation work.
yeah.
So, has there been any, what do you say, uh, funny, strange incident where the artist, because as artists, they can be sometimes, what do you say, in moody. So, how have you navigated those difficult situations?
As an artist,
No, I'm talking about your. I'm mixing this question like, since you're an artist, as you said, okay, by you're creating lyrics, your music, and you're
yes.
dealing with your creative person, content creators, artists. So, has there been any difficult situation where they were not understanding what you're trying to explain to them, and how did you navigate?
There has been some situations because the cases that I handle at work are somewhat related to music and copyrights and how a particular music track is made. Now, the difference is that when a track is made in a studio, there are some terms that we use. For example, we use the word logic. Logic is basically a software, and then how you make music. Now
Okay.
explaining to my senior, because they're handling a mat, explaining to my seniors how it's made and using those terms, so they would be asking me to simplify it and make them understand how do you make music. So how, from where do you use the composition, what are the lyrics, and to try to make them understand is a task. Even the judges, sometimes making judges
Mhm.
understand what I am
Mhm.
trying to say in terms of infringement is also a task. But I think my seniors are very technologically advanced in that sense, and they grasp it pretty well.
That's
So that's
beautiful.
sometimes funny too.
So let's go to some memorable cases where you had a good time with that artist and you both did some, what do you say, that conversations continued in the night.
Personally, with the artist as a client, are you asking?
Yeah.
To be very honest, I haven't had that opportunity to personally indulge with a client in that sense. But yeah, I can tell you an instance. So there was a copyright infringement matter that we were handling with regard to copyright by utilization of a sound recording of our client by a third party. So that did go well. That matter went well. We got the relief that we wanted from court. Pursuant to that, our client was a music label. The client basically found out that I am an artist. So they contacted me out of the professionalism to say that if you want to promote your music or sell your rights, you contact us.
Mhm.
So I have also given them. I got work from there also, and so apart from my work, I worked with them as a musician too, and now we're in good relations. They call me up for music if they want to get it made. So yeah,
Wow,
that's some relations that we made.
beautiful. So, what are your plans for 2025 personally and professionally?
I think for 2025, I will take things lightly because there's a lot of exhaustion that has gone into litigation, and I believe I haven't taken any break since a long, long time. So 2025 would be courtroom battles. Definitely, it would be that, and that's a constant. But I will take some breaks. I will spend more time with family and try to find out more about myself because in a litigation career and to be a young lawyer as an associate, you don't realize how time goes by because there are nights when you pull all nighters before matters, and then next morning you have early morning briefings, and then you don't get time to unwind. So I think in 2025 I'll try to do things slowly and also grasp something about myself.
Beautiful. So, my last one is a googly one. Describe Aditya in one line.
Describe a 10 one line. um, I would say somebody who's trying to figure out life. That's a very basic answer, but yeah, as a student of law, I've realized that at a point of time when I did 5 years in law school, I thought I'm a lawyer now. But pursuant to that, when I came to the on ground litigation and on ground legal advisory, I realized that life has just started. And this career, you will succeed when you realize or accept that you are a student and that you want to keep learning. So I think I'm that sort of a person trying to figure out things for myself. But yeah,
Wow, beautiful. So, let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go to comfort food.
ramen, Korean ramen is a go-to comfort food.
Wow. So, you're watching Korean
No,
series.
no. It's just the food.
So, which is the favorite restaurant for having ramen?
In Delhi, in
Yeah.
Mehrauli, there's a olive bar and kitchen. I think you should go there and try their ramen.
Wow. So, Olive Bar is also there in Mumbai. I think so.
Oh, I haven't been there, but I'm sure the quality would be same.
I don't know,
And
but name is similar. That's why I will check up the in the same place or something else.
me too,
Oh,
me too.
that's
I'll check.
your favorite color.
My favorite color would be white.
Uh,
I wear white a lot. Yeah.
Courtroom drama or OTT thriller.
Courtroom drama.
IP law or arbitration.
Tough one. Both.
Mumbai or Delhi.
I would say Delhi.
Early morning hearings or late night research.
Early morning hearings.
A legal icon from the media and entertainment you look up to.
My senior, Mr. Thomas George, my past
Wow.
senior.
Your dream travel place.
Since some time, it's Azerbaijan. So
Wow.
definitely want to go there.
So for one day, what would you select? Apna be creating music or being in apna ye media and entertainment lawyer.
For one day,
Yeah.
I would say creating music because I haven't given that a lot of time since yeah. So I think
Wow. That's beautiful. Okay. Tea or coffee to recharge.
coffee definitely.
Now let's restart.
Cheers.
So you did well, and here's the book, which we'll autograph and send to you. So,
Thank
friend,
you.
it was a lovely conversation, understanding Aditya's journey, being a music creator himself. He understands how content creators work and how he then able to guide them about the nuances of protecting their content, whether for OTT, for music labels, or whatever other mediums are out there. So, so I would advise all those legal professionals, if you have some creative interest, follow them, and you can bring it in your what do you say professional career also. That will help you to grow as Aditya is doing, because he's also a music creator, lyricist. So wow, so he's doing two things together. He writing his own songs or lyrics, and creating his own music. So checking all the copyright, so many things that goes into the process. And he also got an opportunity. Someone in his career approached him for to sell his music content. So this is what brings, if you follow your passion, what do you say, with intense, and the divine gives you surprise also. This is what a coffee speaker brings to the table, where they inspire through their journey. So subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show. There are 500 coffee speakers, and yeah, if you want to feature like Aditya, visit our website or our LinkedIn page, the Emerging India Forum, and you can connect with one of the coffee speakers to put in a word. They will invite you to continue the conversation or a cup of coffee. So take care. Thank you.
Thank you.